Oh, how's it going, guys? It is blazing hot out here today, and as you can tell, I am not made for the heat. Yeah, I gotta go get a load of mulch where I can spread it, and it's 90 some degrees. This is not going to be fun. Anyway, not that you guys care about how I'm feeling or what I'm doing today. Wanted to touch on talking to non-preppers, trying to kind of get them on board with the prepping idea. A lot of us have family members that are non-prepping, and you're trying to show them the error of their ways, so to speak. I'm going to preface this by saying, if you guys are thinking that you're going to be able to convince everybody that you talk to become a prepper, it's not going to happen. And I don't know how many people just turned off the video, but if you're still watching, thanks. The only thing you can do, just like Christians talking to unbelievers, is you kind of put forward what you have and let them go with it. Some people are going to be open to it, some people are not. Some people hold on to, okay, my wife says it like this, okay, my wife is not against what I do, she's not to the level that I am, but she's for years put up with it, and she's starting to come around. This Corona's kind of helped out with that. I think the very first video I made, I touched on that. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, just, you can put out there what your feelings on it, and they are going to have to take it from there. People are not willing to let go of what they got. What I was going to say, like my wife, she told me before I said something about, you need to go down to our location with us sometime. She's been out there a few times, but had never like spent the night. I said, you need to go do that. And we all love it, you know. Of course, being the guys, that's the guys thing, you know. She's like, nope, I'm going to live the good life while I can. Okay, so she's accepted that the possibility of something happening, it is possible. But her idea is she's going to live the good life while she can. And I understand what she's saying, but then, you know, with us, our rebuttal to that is, but it's real nice to make the mistakes now before something happens. That way you know what to do. You know what I mean? You don't want to make the mistakes after something has happened, because those mistakes could put you in a world of hurt. But if you have family, friends who you're trying to get on board with this, first thing that I can say is watch how much information you give out. And I'm sure there's people out there, what? He's my best friend. He's been my best friend for 20 years. Okay, that's great. Okay, you're talking to him about prepping, and he's seen your cool gadgets and your stuff and your preps, but he's not ready to let go yet. He's not ready to do that. If something happens, where do you think he's going? Yeah, I'm coming to your house, bro, right? Now you have to figure out now, are you willing to take food out of the mouths of your children to feed this guy and whoever he brings with him? Bringing his own family? Does he have some buddies? So that's why I say be careful how much information you get. Our mag, our group, our tribe, whatever you want to call it, our clan, whatever. we watch what we say even amongst ourselves, okay? We are a group of preparedness-minded people, but even with that, something happens, and they know what you got, and they need that. Where are they going to go get it? Okay? Or if you want to go thinking along the lines of a movie, they've been captured by the bad guys, and the bad guys have tortured them to give up all the information on everybody they got. Okay? So yeah, watch what information you give out, even to your best good friends. Yeah, that best friend you've had forever. Watch about letting him know what you got, how much you got, and things like that. Try to talk to him. But yeah, keep some stuff close to the chest. He doesn't need to know that you got 1,000 pounds of food stored wherever, okay? Even with your family, it's like you're going to have to make some hard decisions, guys. That's one of those things that a lot of people, they get into prepping and they're getting the food and they're getting the guns and they're getting the backpacks and they're getting the water purifiers and all the fun stuff, but they're not thinking about during an event, after an event, how everything's going to shake out. All of those people that you have talked to about becoming a prepper, when something happens, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, he was right. He's my friend. He's my cousin. He's my uncle, nephew, whatever, brother, sister, whatever. He'll take care of me. And you need to think now about how you're going to deal with that. You need to have that conversation with them right now, okay, so that they understand. If they are not interested in preparing, you're not going to be willing to take food out of the mouths of your kids to feed them. Now, if they want to bring food to your place, medical equipment, all the things you're going to need, and store it there and you got room, okay, now that's a different story. Okay, they're bringing their own stuff. But I mean, just stop to think. How many people are in your family? Yeah, uncles, cousins, all that. How many buddies do you have that know that you are into preparedness? How many people are going to show up at your door after something's happened? That can be a scary thought, okay? Yeah, because let's say you're a family of 4, you, your wife, 2 kids, and you've got a year's worth of food saved up for you guys. And all of a sudden, 4 more people show up. That takes you down to 6 months. 8 people show up. Yeah, you're down to 3 months. You see where I'm going with this. So yeah, you need to have those conversations now. As far as, like I said, convincing somebody to be a prepper, your words are going to have less of an impact than them seeing the events that are happening. Right now is a prime example. We had the coronavirus. Everything got shut down. People are losing their jobs, losing money. Right now, you're paying $8 a pound for ground beef. You've got the rioting happening all over the world. You've got the tensions with China. You've got the economic fallout of people staying at home. Yeah, right now, dude, the world is a tinderbox, and it's just waiting for a spark. Those type of things are going to wake people up a lot more than anything you could tell them, okay? Because before the coronavirus, if you talk, how many people, think about the people you know, if you would talk to them, hey, you need to prepare, a global pandemic's coming, And they're going to be like, haha, okay, sounds good, you know, and they continue on with their lives. Well, it did happen. Now, it's not to the point where a lot of us have prepared for, okay? We're not talking millions of deaths in the whole, you know, movie scenario or fiction book scenario. Fiction? Yes, fake. Book scenario. But we are talking global pandemic, and this is a very good indicator that if something really major, okay, we've already had loss of jobs, loss of income, don't have money to buy food, price of food going up for the people that can't afford to buy food. The lines at the gun stores from everybody trying to buy guns and ammo, the lines at the, excuse me, the soup kitchens and the churches that give out food, the lines that are there. Yeah, just looking at what is actually happening in the world. Man, I can't talk and I'm burping like crazy. I'm sorry. Just those things, those are going to get people on board a whole lot faster than you sitting here telling them that. Now, you can throw facts at them, okay? You can talk about the Great Depression, yeah, the Spanish flu pandemic, 1917, and you can talk to them about this and that. Most people, like I said, well, that couldn't happen today, and that's pretty much where they leave it at. You know, they're used to every day of their lives. They've gotten up, they've turned on the light switch, they've gone in, they've made coffee and taken a shower, and that's the way their lives have been since birth. So it is hard for them to transition over to thought that would not be there. And they don't want to think like that, because if they start thinking like that, then they're going to have to do something about it. It's the old ostrich putting his head in the sand thing. And a lot of us were doing the same thing before we started preparing. But as far as that, yeah, let them look at what is going on now. Different YouTube videos are good if they watch them. But let's say your mom, your dad, your brother, your close family that you truly love, that you know that there is no way in the world you can turn them away. Okay? Your best friend, when it comes between your best friend and your kids, yeah, your kids are probably going to win out. Okay? But most of us are even going to accept our buddy in. Okay? Because we will tell ourselves that, well, he'll be able to help with chores and security, so the food that I give him will not be wasted. And yeah, that is true. But still, you know, if you're able to produce the food, we've made the video about food procurement after an shtf situation, and that is true. But what about your 70-year-old grandparents? Okay, you gonna kick them to the curb and you're gonna euthanize them? Or, I mean, what are you gonna do? No, you're gonna bring them in. You're gonna take care of them. So in that case, you're gonna have to be preparing for them now. So you're not only preparing for your family, but you need to prepare for those people that are gonna show up at your house that you're not gonna be able to turn away. And I'm real big on overestimating. Okay? If I have estimated that we need 100 pounds of this and 50 jars of this and another 100 pounds of this, and we could eat off that if we had to for a month, I'm going to change that to, well, we could eat off that for 3 weeks, but if I have 120 pounds of this and I got, see what I'm saying? You want to give yourself that cushion. You don't want to be cut down to small rations, which if something were to happen, we're all going to be doing that, unfortunately, probably at some point in time. But you want to make sure you have the calories. Another video, whatever. But yeah, overestimate. If you got kids, when your kids want a new backpack because this one's dirty, take that old backpack, throw it down in the storage area, put it up in the attic or whatever your area where you keep all your junk, and leave it up there. Okay, that way something happens, now you got another pack for somebody. You don't have all the stuff in it, but at least you got the pack. If you get a new pair of boots and your old ones, yeah, they're still usable, okay, might want to save those back. Now, also, if you talk to my wife, I am a pack rat, okay? And I have to say that, yes, to some degree I can see, because I save everything. Like, it kills me to show you how weird I am, to think that when the mayonnaise jar and the Miracle Whip jar are empty, we toss them away, and I'm like, those are containers. We could use that for something, you know. But that's just the way I am. Eventually my wife yanks it from me and throws it away. But yeah, I mean, that's you got a container right there, you know, empty bottles of pop, you know, you got a container, okay? Yeah, save some of those things back that they're in good condition. Maybe you're not using them right now, but maybe somebody else down the road are going to need something like that. Knives, dude, I guarantee, if y'all are anything like me, you got a drawer full of different knives, from the little cheapies that you pick up at the gas station register, all the way up on the ones that you got to order and have shipped. You know what I'm talking about. All those knives, yeah, don't be throwing knives out. Stick them someplace. Even that crappy knife could save somebody's life one day, okay? So you're going to have to prepare for the people that are going to be coming to your house. You need to have the conversation with those people now. And maybe if you flat out tell them, I'm not taking food out of my kid's mouth. Something like that, hearing from their best buddy or a family member, might wake them up enough to do it. I'm not saying you got to be mean about it, okay? Do it, you know, in a gentle, loving way. But, you know, just explain to them. It's like, no, I'm not going to take food out of my kid's mouth because you didn't prepare when I told you to. But, you know, a lot of times people need that. They need that, you know, smack in the mouth, so to speak, to kind of wake them up. And still, even at that, it's just a small percentage of people are going to be woke up from that. So that's about all I have to say on that. Is your talking's not going to have as much effect as world events, okay, as the events going on, if they pay any attention to anything like that. You can hit them with history. You have to pay attention to history. History will repeat itself. You know, those who do not study history doomed to repeat it, blah, blah, blah. And for people to say that we are a more civilized society now, that would never happen. I have to disagree with that. Anything that's happened in the past can happen again, given the right circumstances. The civility that we all enjoy on a daily basis is just a thin veneer. You take away power for days, you take away somebody's food, they haven't eaten, the whole civility goes out the window. You know, like I've talked about, so many dads out there, they're going to have those kids that haven't eaten, and they're going to do what they have to do. So anyway, guys, I will leave it at that. And please share your comments down below. And like always, like, share, and subscribe. That helps us out. And yeah, the comments, I really do appreciate the comments. I like hearing what guys are thinking. You know, maybe you've thought of something I haven't. If you've talked to people about preparing in the past and you have figured out that this way really helps bring it home to people, please, by all means, post it down below in the comments. I would love to hear about it. We've all got those family members that saddens us. It hurts our hearts to know that if something were to happen, they're not going to fare too well. So yeah, if you've done that, please post it. With that anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go grab some mulch and start sweating to death, and we'll talk to you after a while.